straight ahead of us is the Red Hook grain terminal. Some guy on a bike just came by here and he rode right inside here. All right, we're gonna climb this sketchy ladder. Hey guys, this is Matt with 2 Feet Outdoors YouTube channel. Today, I'm at the Bush Terminal Park Piers in Brooklyn, New York, and I'm headed out kayaking to the Gowanus Canal. It's a beautiful day, and it's gonna be an amazing adventure. All right, let's go ahead and get this kayak set up. All right, and we're paddling. Guys, it's a beautiful day, and we are leaving Bush Terminal Park Piers in Brooklyn, New York, and we are kayaking to the Gowanus Canal. The Gowanus Canal is known as one of the most polluted waterways in the United States. It's a super fun site, and the EPA is currently working on cleaning it up. They're making progress, but there's still a long way to go. And unfortunately, every time we have a rain event, raw sewage flows into the Gowanus Canal. And that happens in a lot of places throughout New York City. Straight ahead of us, way off in the distance, is a New York City ferry. And if I turn to the right, straight ahead of us right now, way off in the distance, is the Statue of Liberty. This is a beautiful spot in New York City to be kayaking. I see another ferry headed our direction, off to the left, and the wind today is about 10 miles per hour and under throughout the day. It's going to vary. We might see a little bit of chop, but we are going to head right out of this creek here towards the Gowanus Canal, and we're going to try to stay in protected water as much as possible. One of the first stops that I'd like to find and check out and paddle past is the Red Hook grain terminal. I think that's going to be really cool to see. I can see a fire department vessel off to the left between here and the Statue of Liberty. We have a lot of rollers right here, guys. I'm going to try to turn into these. Woo! But right here, this is the most open water that we're going to experience today. Because when we get to the Gowanus Canal, it's going to be pretty narrow and heavily industrial. I think just beyond this crane, it's going to be a little bit more protected from the wind. And way off to the right, it looks like there's an abandoned building with a water tower on top of it, and all the windows are busted out. It's pretty cool looking. Hey, how's it going?
Any sharks there?
Any what?
Any sharks?
Sharks? No, I haven't seen any sharks. I hope they stay down below and I stay on top.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. You guys have a good day. We have a little less wind, but the waves are kind of bouncing off the seawall a little bit, making it a bit turbulent. That whole area around Bush Terminal is just nothing but one huge construction zone. And I have to tell you, I was driving around looking for parking, and it looked like it was going to be very difficult for a while. And then I actually found the parking lot for the park. So that ended up working out pretty good. I just had to hike in and carry my gear to where I needed to launch. But it all worked out in the end, and I'm really happy to be here today. A while ago, I came and canoed with the Gowanus dredgers and made a video, but that was a limited tour of the Gowanus Canal. So today, being in my kayak, I'm going to be able to explore a lot more extensively, and we're going to see every bit of the Gowanus Canal today, as long as they don't have anything blocked off. Whoa, look at this roller coming from behind. Wow, we might be able to ride this. Big rollers coming from behind. Woo! They're taking me for a little ride. We have some kind of wind turbine straight ahead. I'm not sure what exactly that is. So this body of water that we're paddling in currently is Gowanus Bay. And it has the potential to be pretty treacherous when it's windy and there's a lot of boat traffic. Looks like to my right, there's some type of, it's probably New York City sanitation. I can see piles of trash over there. But yeah, to the right, it looks like there's some trash barges. Underneath that roof, there's a crane that's picking up trash and either loading it or unloading it. Looks like it might be pulling trash from the barges, and maybe they're processing it in some way over there. I think that crane looks to me like they're pulling the trash off the barges. Yeah, he's pulling trash off those barges. So they must be processing it some way there. I don't know if it's recycling or what. All right, so we are gonna paddle straight ahead to go check out the Red Hook grain terminal. It's an abandoned building and it looks really cool. So I can't wait to see it. I've only seen it in pictures. It'll be really cool to see it from the water. And we're gonna head into this creek back here where the Red Hook grain terminal is, and there's a big ship straight in front of us. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name of this ship, but it's Loujaine. And it's a massive ship. I'm gonna try to keep aware of my surroundings. I don't want to get in the way of any of these ships at all. This ship is tied up to the dock And it looks like there's an anchor chain going down into the water over there. So we're just gonna paddle straight past it. Yeah, look at that chain right there. These other barges over here are called double skin, and they each have their own identifying number. They seem like they'd have to be fuel barges. Suddenly, I'm feeling pretty small paddling through here with these massive ships surrounding me. And straight ahead of us is the Red Hook grain terminal. You can see that building. All the windows broken out. I'm not sure. I could probably land. Yeah, I don't know. I'm debating. I could probably land and we could go for a walk in there. Or I can finish this paddle and we can come back and check it out. I think that's what I'd rather do. So these signs on this fence line say warning, restricted area, U.S. Coast Guard, 25-yard waterfront security zone. So let's just call this 25 yards. And we're just gonna paddle right through here. This grain terminal looks amazing. That is so incredible. Way up on the top there, it says the Port of New York Authority Grain Terminal. Man, I tell you guys, I've been wanting to come back here for a long time. And it's not easy to find places to launch sometimes around New York City. Sometimes I think my videos make it look easy, but it's really not as easy as it may seem. I'm gonna paddle straight ahead here and we're gonna turn around and check out these incredible views. All right, so we're kind of getting into the end of this canal or creek, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to turn to the left here. And just look at that grain terminal. That is incredible. All right, let's paddle a little closer. Looks like some stairs and a stairwell right there to the right. Look at all this steel. It looks like it just like collapsed or something off of the building. So you can see all this rebar. All right, I think I found the spot to possibly pull this kayak out of the water. So let's go check this out real quick. All right, guys, well, I didn't see any signs on this side that said no landing, no trespassing, anything of that sort. So here we are. I have the kayak out of the water, and we're just gonna walk around for a minute and check out this grain terminal. I'm not gonna do a full explore of this building. You can see the ship over here. We're just gonna walk around for a minute, take a quick look, and get the heck out of here. I don't know if they have these buildings blocked off or not, but we're not gonna push our luck. This main building over here, you can see it's got a gate with a heavy lock on it. It looks like all the possible entrances to the main grain building are blocked off. But this is really interesting to see. I want to go back in and check out these stairs real quick. This is a smaller building. See if it goes up. No. Oh. Looks like the stairs are blocked off. Some guy on a bike just came by here and he rode right inside here. Yeah, he's way off that way now. You can see him riding down the middle. Looks like this other door is locked up as well. All right, I think that was pretty fun, just to do a quick on-land exploration. This whole building looks like it might be blocked up, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, everything's blocked off. There's no way into the building, so we're gonna head back over here and put the kayak back in the water, and we're gonna continue up the Gowanus Canal. All right, and we are heading back out on the water. That was really cool to check out that grain terminal. I know we couldn't do a full exploration of it, but that was really awesome. That was more than I was anticipating so far. All right, so we're gonna pull out here and then go to the left up the Gowanus Canal. And guys, the Gowanus Canal is technically 1.8 miles long. All right, so we're gonna go to the end of this barge on the left and then hang a left. Check this out, guys. It's like a little walkway that goes over the water right here. Look at those tractor tires. We're gonna see if we can paddle right underneath this walkway here. Ladder right there. Richardson Sea, New York, New York. All right, we're gonna be careful right here. There's a tugboat to the left. Patuxent, Baltimore, Maryland. Really nice tugboats. Up on the left, there's a wooden plaque with the tugboat's name. Another tugboat off to the left. And we're gonna continue up the canal. This one over here is called the Fort McHenry, and then the Charles Hughes. Looks like straight ahead is a FedEx building, pretty large one. Obviously, I know that the New York City skyline is very prominent and it can be seen from so many different angles around New York City. But I tell you, it is just really cool that no matter where I go, no matter where I paddle, there is always some level of the New York City skyline that I can see from wherever I am. It's so cool. Just really, really surreal sometimes how massive it is. Two more tugboats straight ahead, Elk River and Bohemia. And way off to the right is a Home Depot. Here you can see FedEx on the building to the right. And right here is the dead end to 19th Street. And this is where the Gowanus dredgers previously had their canoe launch. I don't believe they use this launch over here anymore. They have their main location on the Gowanus Canal up on 2nd Street. This is really nice though. I don't know if they'll come back to using this at all. I think they have some rules and stuff that they need to abide by with the EPA. We're gonna try to not get in anybody's way here. All right, they're yelling at me. I'm gonna pull up over here to this guy. Okay. Let me pull up to this guy and see what he has to say. I think they have some equipment coming out, so I'm gonna pull off to the side. Hold on one second. You got some equipment coming out? All right. Can I just hang out for a couple minutes and then go up? All right, cool. Thank you. No worries. I'll stay out of the way. Thank you. Yep, so they got some heavy equipment coming out. I'm I'm sure you can hear this boat behind me, the Matthew Scott. Both he and the survey boat kind of flagged me down. So we're just going to sit here to the side and let this equipment go by, and it'll be fine. I got to show them the respect and give them the right of way. All right, well, here's the seawall for the Home Depot. Just gonna hang out over here. You know what time it is? I'm gonna have some water. I'm thirsty. But yeah, we're going to be patient and give them some time. I'd rather wait and be able to go up the rest of the canal. Yeah, it looks like that tugboat's pushing this barge out. I don't know if they have more equipment going out, but we'll give it a minute or two and see if I can head back up the Gowanus Canal. Let's go see this survey guy. He's going to give us some information. Say that again?
That big dredge is coming out now.
Okay. No worries. I'll give it some time.
Yeah.
After that one goes out, are they done?
Yeah, then you can kind of sneak by.
Cool. Thank you.
Surveying along there, but you'll be heading up.
I'm going to head all the way up. Yep.
Yeah.
So you're a survey boat with who?
I'm doing this for Don John, the treasurer.
Oh.
They're doing it for the city. They're dredging the city.
Oh, okay. The last thing I want to do is get in anybody's way. I'm just out here cruising around.
Yeah. You know, let me tell you a little secret. I try to tell all kayakers I see. People that run commercial boats in the harbor,
Yeah.
we train ourselves to look above the waterline, and that's how we identify other vessels.
Right.
Because we see the silhouettes and we know, but we don't look below the waterline. When you're paddling it, you're below the waterline.
Right.
We never. It's an instinct.
Yeah.
We're always like, see where you're at. You're much lower. But
Of course.
so we always look. Our eyes are trained to look above the waterline, and we don't consciously recognize something that's below the water. I used to tell guys. A lot of people did do it. They put, them sticks you put on bicycles with a little flag on top.
Yeah.
That gets it up above the area that the guy looks.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously you want to be aware of all your surroundings, no matter what's in the water. But I understand what you're saying completely.
Yeah, well, it's not so much you, it's that they're not used to looking for you.
Yeah.
So that a tugboat could really easily just not consciously see you.
Yep. Yeah, that's why, I try to be really super hyper aware of my surroundings and make sure I steer clear way off out of the way of any boats.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just going to give them a little bit of time. This dredging platform with a crane on it will be moving out, and we'll be able to continue on. All right, it looks like they're moving out slowly. I think we can get back to business as usual. That tugboat is heading out. The survey boat is back to surveying. And we are back paddling again. So let's see how this goes. We're going to try to sneak through here. We're gonna try to just paddle up along the seawall here. So this over here to the right says New York City Sanitation. And this smaller vessel straight ahead says Sea Explorer. They were helping to guide the tugboat out. All right, so above us is the Gowanus Expressway. And we're gonna keep an eye out for any vessels that might be coming towards us. Looks like gravel barges right here to the right. It says BMLP. Whoa, big log. We just went past a big log in the water. Lots of debris over here. Let's see what's going on up here. Just on the other side of this bridge. Looks like there's a tugboat, maybe a barge. I know they're trying to work here. Let me see. I think they might be trying to get out. Yeah, they're gonna go under the main part of the bridge, I'm assuming. So we're gonna see if we can creep through here. I know there's this pipe that goes through here. All right, it's really shallow in this part of the tunnel. So I'm just waiting here to the side. We're gonna let this guy go by and he's probably gonna yell at me. But we're gonna give them their space. We can coexist out here. Just gave him a wave, he gave me a wave. I'm gonna stay out of the way. These are probably EPA guys. Small tugboat, little barge with some porta potties on it. All right, we're gonna pull back out into this channel beneath this bridge. And we're gonna see if we can scoot through here. Like I said, that tunnel on the right was a little too shallow through there. All right, we're making progress. I'm sure you guys can hear it, but there's cars going over this bridge. Lows to the right, and there's a train going over the bridge straight ahead of us. All kinds of dredging equipment through here. All right, you guys can see a Lowe's store here to the right. This up here could be 9th Street. I'm not 100% certain, but there's a train bridge going over the top of it. And I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's all kinds of noise from this plant to the left.
Recreational boating is actually banned north of 9th Street. We have all this construction work going
You got any boats moving around or anything like that?
I mean, not right now, but there's a lot of heavy equipment, like lifting like 100-foot sheet piles in the air and stuff. So it's yeah, there's an EPA ban on recreational boating north of 9th right now.
All right. How come they don't have any signs?
There is signs on the bridge back there.
There is? I didn't see any.
They're on the abutment.
All right. Sounds good. All right, we're just cruising through here. Heading up the Gowanus Canal. This looks like a lot of new sheet piling here. And we're gonna make sure that we don't get in anybody's way. The sign here to the right says gas pipe crossing. Got a little skim boom over here. So it's been a few days since there's been rain. So right now, at this moment, the canal looks relatively clean. All right, so it's pretty quiet in this area. I don't see any construction going on. No tugboats, no barges, nobody doing any work, and we're not in anybody's way. Wow, the water to my left looks pretty shallow. It's kind of hazy, but it's actually relatively clear. Looks kind of nice. Pretty interesting stairs coming down over here. So as we get further up on the Gowanus Canal, they're actually building and making progress on new condominium homes or apartments, apartment buildings, whatever you want to call them. But there's a lot of new construction going on, and we have a guy in a boat coming over here. Let's see what he says. Didn't say anything. He just slowed down, but we're gonna go around this corner and see if there's anything else coming around the corner. So it's my understanding that they left the old seawall and put in a new seawall in front of it. And they're dredging out all the pollution from the bottom of the canal. It's a major effort that they have going on. It's great that they're addressing it. All right, so I believe this is the dead end here to the left of 2nd Street. And you can see new construction straight ahead of us. And some of these buildings around us look pretty new. Looks like they got some construction going on up here on the right, but they're not on the water. How's it going? So we passed Carroll Street back behind me, and I believe this is Union Street coming up here. All this is new construction over here. I can't get over these incredible views here on the Gowanus Canal. Look at those buildings straight ahead. Surrounded by buildings, 360 degrees. I don't know if you can hear it, but sirens in the background. All right, guys, we are approaching the top of the canal, as far as we can possibly go in the Gowanus Canal. And this is a wet weather discharge point. Straight ahead, you can see the green sign that says caution up above. So when it rains, unfortunately, raw sewage flows into this waterway. But like I said, we haven't had rain in a few days, and the tide has come up and has gone out several times. And overall, I have to say, this canal looks pretty clean. That's obviously without doing any water testing. Visually, there's no substantial debris floating on the top. Let's put it that way. Sign to the left says no mooring or docking. Guys, this spot looks really cool over here. I have a little gravel spot that I think I may actually try to pull the kayak out of the water. All right, guys, I think what I'm gonna do is actually pull the kayak out of the water right here. And there's a stair, and we're gonna climb up these stairs and pull the kayak out of the water. All right, I'm just gonna pull this out real quick. All right, guys, we paddled the full length of the Gowanus Canal. I decided to pull the kayak out of the water, and I'm gonna take an Uber back to my truck. I wanna thank you guys for watching 2 Feet Outdoors YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly did, and we'll see you guys on the next one.